I'll read this one. Okay, we Charlie got it going. We're on. Okay. Okay, listen, I'd like to welcome everyone to the, hold on.
Order, Arabella.
Okay, we're gonna open the meeting. We need a motion to open the meeting.
I'll make a motion to open the meeting.
Second.
Second, Mark, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, fine. I'd like to welcome you to the August 5th, 2015 meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals. My name is Tom Wakefield. To my immediate left is Julie House, who's the secretary, Kathy Franson, Mark McCabe, and Dan McDonald. We'll go by the agenda. We have one item on the agenda in an executive session. I will tell you that we have 4 members, and that's all we have, and you need to have a 4-0 vote for approval. And we have no other members, so that's the best that's gonna happen. So, with that in mind, the first item on the agenda is
Excuse me.
application 215-3 made by Greg and Karen LaBelle for a special permit for an accessory in-law apartment. And don't we have some more advertising than that? Don't we usually have the map and lot and all that stuff?
We have.
I have that here.
In the
It's right
ad?
here, here's the legal notice.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to
Oh,
read, yeah, excuse me, yeah.
We gotta read the legal
I'm
notice.
just gonna read the legal.
Hold on one second.
I got it.
We'll be all right with it.
So the zoning board of appeals will hold a public hearing on Wednesday, August 5th, 2015, at 7:30 PM in the main meeting room of Town Hall, 183 Main Street, Groveland, Mass, under General Laws 40A as amended for the application 2013 made by Greg and Karen LaBelle, owners of premises located at 16 Rollins Street, Groveland, Plat 12, Lot 4, for special permit for an accessory in-law apartment according to all applicable sections of the Town of Groveland zoning bylaws, including 301.8. So I've got one question before we start, of someone, either Greg or Karen, which you can sit in these 2 seats up front. We got this application a while ago, and going through it, there's a lot of white,
It wasn't filled in.
like.
Oh, it
What are you
wasn't?
saying?
Yeah.
It's all
like-
blank.
It's all, yeah.
Oh, well, we talked to, actually, I spoke with you that day when we filled it out. So I'm sorry if we left anything off. We would filled everything in that we thought we were supposed to.
Could you talk to the building inspector at the time?
I did. I went to him first, back in June. He said, before we do anything, we would need to come before the zoning board.
Okay. Did he look at the application?
No, he said, we went to him first to get the building permit for the project, and he said we would need to come and get the in-law apartment approved first through the zoning board. So that's what we did. We filled out the paperwork.
I thought there's usually some sign-offs. I don't see sign-offs on these.
And there it is right on the front page.
Oh, change that, sorry, change it.
The one thing I owed you, that was why I was gonna give you, is I have the site plan. Then we were told we needed 8 copies of that, so I didn't have that in time to file. But we were on short notice, because you guys were kind enough to squeeze us in for this, because it was kinda short notice.
Okay.
So I have those,
Okay.
so if you'd like me to
Yeah.
give you
Wait a
those.
minute.
And then you have the copies of the.
Yeah, we have
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
As we go along, we turn the heat up a little bit, so it's warmer in here. We want it to be nice and warm, so everyone feels comfortable.
It's cool in here now.
I'm
It's cool in my house.
It's pretty hot.
Thank you.
Can I have two?
And then, yeah, well, it was 8 total, so it's the-
All right, thanks. I mean, you can have a couple back. I just need
All
two.
right, let's see.
You want it for the other pages if you need.
So why don't you tell us what you'd like to do?
Sure, so, like we spoke, in June, I went to the building inspector to find out about the process, what we need to do. So what we're looking to do is, first off, we're looking to build a in-law apartment for my parents. And this would be in the two-car garage that we're looking to build. It would be on the second floor. And this is part of a larger project. We're looking to demo our house, and we're going to build a new house with the new garage with the in-law apartment for my parents. So in speaking with the building inspector, he said, before we do anything, we need to get the in-law apartment approved and then come back and, file the paperwork for the
Permits for the
permits
house.
for the construction.
A little hot in here, my brain's a little fried, but let me just try to think of what you said. So what you're saying is that your ultimate plan is to tear everything down?
We're tearing the whole house down,
Yeah,
a new
and-
foundation,
Build a
new
new
house,
house,
new
correct.
two-car
Including-
garage,
Including it's gonna be attached two-car garage with the in-law.
with the in-law upstairs, right?
Upstairs, yeah.
What does 308 say about that? Does it even mention that type of thing?
Well,
This is the first time we've had this type of thing. It's pretty, it's interesting.
it's almost like putting the cart before the horse. That's what we thought too.
That's what we thought, but we went to
Doing
the,
what we were told to do.
Yeah.
I looked at the plan, I know the house, and I'm
it's
saying, how are they
kinda,
gonna put
yeah,
in
probably
law?
not
No,
typical. Usually
exactly.
somebody
I couldn't quite
puts an
figure that
in-law
out
in an
either.
Existing house, but.
I tried to process what you were saying, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, I don't think that we've had one quite like this. It's usually the house and it's an addition to the house versus this is the house is gonna be addition to the accessory.
Foundation.
Well, no, it's gonna
No,
be
well,
all,
it's all
at
new.
one.
New-
Yeah, but I mean, effectively, if we gave you.
Right, we're requesting for the in-law before
you-
we're getting
you-
permits for the house.
Yeah,
I
you see, it
agree.
would be the cart before the horse. I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, it makes sense, because you can't build it unless you have approval for it.
Right, our
I mean, it
plans
makes sense. I
completely
get it, but it's
change
like,
if we can't
a
put
little
on the
different.
in-law.
Right,
What's
yeah.
the square feet you have now?
Oh, the existing house? It's like 1,500 square feet. lower.
Small.
It's a small.
And the new one was gonna be what?
The new one's gonna be, the house will be 2,860, and then the in-law's gonna be 768, the in-law, the actual in-law
The house would
apartment.
be 2,860?
The house itself, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we bought the house from my parents. I mean, I've lived in the house for
Since he was
35 years.
6.
I've grown up in the house, and my wife and I bought the house back in 2007. And we knew right then, when we bought it, that we were gonna do some work to it down the road. So we had a new septic put in, 4-bedroom, and all kind, we needed new septic, so we did that. And now we're at the point we made a decision. It's like, it was better off for us to basically just start from scratch with the house,
Yeah.
for what we wanna do. So as you can see on the plans too, we've already got the septic's gonna need to be upgraded to an extra bedroom to accommodate what we're doing. So that's already noted on there. I've got plans being done up, the design plans from the person that did the septic design when we put the new
Too
septic
far
in.
away from there, huh?
It's like 3 or 4 houses, and we went through that
We tried that
ago.
years ago to get the
We
neighbors
tried
to
to
pull
see
it
if
up.
anybody wanted to do it, but I mean, it's, you got a working septic. I mean, what do you want to cost for?
How far are you? I mean, in feet?
Literally feet, I would say we're probably like 200 feet away, maybe.
Really?
Yeah, because doesn't it end?
No, but they wouldn't come up the street.
Right.
Not everybody
We would all
would
have to
on
split the
street
cost. We talked to the
11
water and.
Rollins Street, right next to mine.
It's 4 houses
It
from us.
ends right there.
Because the rest of them wouldn't
It's
put
200
money
feet.
in.
Exactly.
Because
It's
we
right
were
there.
willing to,
Wow, so
the
you
other
You can throw a stone at it, but
If
it's,
you were within 200 feet, you had to. There was no options.
Can I ask a quick question? I'm
Right.
sorry, can you just,
Street.
can you verify for me what the square footage of the new home without the in-law will be?
2,860 square feet.
2860?
Yes.
Okay.
And the in-law was
768.
768.
Yeah, I had it at 780, just trying to figure it out. They didn't say,
Yeah, I think it was 768.
minus the stairs. so.
And the new septic's gonna be put in, or?
We have
have
a
a-
septic of
it's-
6 years old for a
We put a
4-bedroom,
4-bedroom in,
but we need to upgrade
but
it
now
for
we,
5.
take into account the in-law, we gotta make it a 5, because the main house is gonna have 4 bedrooms. So the 5th bedroom's the in-law, so. And I'll
I
have those
do
plans
see
this
one
week.
issue, and
Yeah.
I'll give you a heads up. The apartment size inside in the zoning bylaw says, "The maximum floor size for an accessory apartment within a principal dwelling shall not exceed 25% of the habitable area of the dwelling in which it is located, or 900 square feet, whichever is greater." So, I'm not sure, where do you think this falls, Tom? Because at 25%, that puts you at 715.
Yeah, no, I think,
Or greater is the 900,
yeah,
right?
I think it's 900. If
Right.
you want more than 900, like if you had a,
All right,
If you had a big house,
yeah,
like
if you had a
5,000 square
foot
feet,
house,
right.
and that would allow you to do
What you
a
do.
larger in-law. I think that's the way I would.
That's
That's
what
how
we,
I
that's how,
interpret
what
it,
we
yeah.
understood too.
That's where I would understand it. The only thing that,
okay, just want to be sure.
it seems strange that, did he issue, did you talk about issuing a permit for the house itself?
He didn't go that far. He said, he didn't even give me the paperwork. He said, once you're done, and that gets approved, then you come back, then we'll fill out the paperwork to start the permit process.
Like, we
for the
talked, he
house.
talked to him about it and just showed him, like, our plans for
showed
the
him the
house,
plans,
but he's like, you
discussed
gotta
it,
do
and
this
then-
first.
He stopped me right there. He said, you know, you need to come in and get that approved first.
I think it would have to be conditional on that, obviously.
Yeah,
Right.
you see, the accessory apartment is accessory to the dwelling.
Right.
Well, if we can't build the dwelling, we aren't building an in-law either.
See, but if the dwelling isn't currently there,
I know, but
yeah, I think one of the conditions would have to be that contingent upon a permit being issued for the dwelling.
Right,
But
but I
this
don't
would be
think that-
accessory to.
I
Which
don't
is
think-
fine. I mean,
That's fine.
Yeah,
I don't think the
it's all gonna
bylaw
happen at once,
anticipated
so.
New
No,
construction.
right, I know.
No,
With an in-law apartment.
no, I'm just, I'm a little bit.
But logic would tell me it wouldn't be prohibited.
Just
Why
trying to
not?
keep it interesting,
No,
huh?
no, I agree, no, it wouldn't be prohibited.
Just has
Just
to
wanna
be
make sure we
conditional.
follow
on
the right
other
procedure.
requirements that
That's all.
If the ultimate building permit's not issued, you
You
can't have.
can't build anything, then it doesn't matter, right?
Right, but you shouldn't have to build the unit and then come back and add
Right.
that on.
Now, the setbacks, now, I see that the setback,
Yeah, we meet all the setbacks. So 40 on the front for the new house, 17 on the one side, 22 on the other, and 102 on the rear.
and the setbacks are 15 on the side.
15 on the side and rear, and 30 on the front, so we're good there.
And you're currently anticipating a new septic, either design or extension?
Just an extension.
Just an extension, yeah.
A
It's gonna be
four-bedroom
a
septic was
one-bedroom.
just put in 6 years ago.
Yeah, so someone is working on.
The gentleman that did this, he did our septic as well, the design, and he's already got the plans. He said he'd have them tomorrow or Friday, so I'm hoping to get that to Laurie and go
So
over to
there
the
wasn't any
Board of Health.
anticipated issues with the
No
soil
issues.
conditions? or
No.
anything? Just a matter of
No.
doing the paperwork?
Right.
Well,
Hear from me about it.
Huh?
We just want to hear from me about it.
yeah. Anything else you want to say? No, is one of your parents here?
No.
They're with my 2 children at home.
Because I don't know if
Third on the way.
they were in favor or opposed. I was just gonna, we always like to ask it.
Well, if they're opposed, look, they're already in the house, so we're in trouble.
I'm kidding.
They'll be on the street.
I'm just kidding you, but we do like to do that, just to have some fun. Now, anyone here that would like to speak in favor of this? And state your name for the record, please.
Deborah Stewart, 9 Rollins Street, known the Bells my whole life. The house, I mean, I've seen the house, everything else, and obviously growing family with I totally support this. They deserve it, and it's only just gonna make our neighborhood look better. You know, all the houses on the street, we all have neat yards, nice houses, I'm sure. I know you two gentlemen, every, the majority. But I mean, it's just gonna enhance the neighborhood a lot more and, you know, just maybe the few people that don't, so. But I think it will definitely improve the neighborhood a little bit and, you know, and definitely help them with a growing family. I know their parents take care of their kids, I see them with their kids all the time and,
Do they live with you now?
They
or-
do.
They do, yeah.
yeah, they do, so.
In 1,500 square feet?
Yep,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a
We
small
were,
house,
yeah.
it really is a
Believe
small
me.
house. I'm very impressed that they're able to,
And I got 2 kids and one due in 5 weeks, so.
yeah. But you had said, once that you guys said it's a modular?
Yeah, it's a modular
They're
we're
gonna
putting
put a
out.
modular.
So-
Oh.
Module?
It is.
Yeah.
So
Colonial?
hopefully-
What's that?
It's a module
Colonial, yeah.
Yep.
The garage is probably gonna get stick-built, though.
The garage where the cost between stick-build and modular is pretty much equal,
Yeah.
so it's more of how long is it gonna take to stick-build versus
Stick-
show up with the modular
Right.
complete.
So what they're really looking for is for our approval for their size square foot house to have that size in-law apartment.
Yeah, I don't
correct?
think that's an issue. I think it's 900 or greater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
You
think
can't go
this is-
above 900.
You go
Yeah.
over 900.
Yeah, your 900 is the starting point, and if you had a larger house, you could, and it was 25% was more than 9, you could take it,
Right.
you could say 1,000, or whatever,
Okay,
whatever.
all right.
Like
Yeah.
a 5,000 square foot house, or a 4,500 square foot house, if you had 25% of that, is, accountant, how much is that?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
But,
To effect
Summertime,
that,
you
right
know?
next to my house, because where I live at number 9, number 5 has similar to the same exact thing. They put on an apartment above a garage and above the other side of the house there, on the one that's on the corner, for the owner's mother at the
yeah,
time.
okay.
And so, I mean, there's one right there next door to us on one side, so.
But they went up.
Is there any,
That's
They
what
went
they're
up.
doing.
is there
That's
any,
what they're
We're
doing
go-
They're
there
gonna
too.
build a whole new
hold on,
house, you said.
excuse me, hold on, we don't have to side conversation. Anyone else here that would like to speak in favor of this? In favor or
No,
opposed?
not in favor,
No,
no.
hold on.
I'm not
Hold on,
against,
yeah,
I
well,
have
hold on, hold on.
questions.
In favor, anyone else in favor?
Yes, Robert Shaw, 24 Governor's Road.
Okay.
My sisters and I inherited the farm that my grandfather and dad bought.
Is that close to this?
What?
Are you in the butter? or-
They run right past our,
The
Okay.
field
behind
behind
us.
their
Okay.
house.
I know the whole
They-
field
The kids
up
come
there.
out and wave to me on the
Okay.
tractor and all that.
Good, thank
I've
you.
known LaBelle since I was a teenager,
Yes,
not these particular people, but the relatives.
Yeah.
I used to deliver papers on Robert Street. Anyway, what I'm getting at is the boundaries have been pushed back into the field of the actual boundary of their houses. They're not so bad, but other ones have encroached. I just want the measurements to be based on their actual boundary, not on how far over they mow into the field, which I'd love to get back because I can bale more hay and make more money.
Yeah,
And everybody's doing it.
we have a, there's a certified plot plan that was done by Robert Grasso on, dated July 31, 15, which has all the dimensions of this particular lot.
That's what I'm saying, just when you're doing your numbers, just. as
Maybe
long as
if,
they're
do
on.
you have an extra one?
Actually,
Yeah,
there's a
there's
couple
actually
extra right here,
Yeah,
if
you
you'd
can
like
have
to,
one.
would you like
I
to
actually
take a look at it?
I
Oh,
actually
yeah,
got
we'll
one
take
from
it.
the assessors, but.
Yeah, well, you can have, you're welcome to one, they're public information.
And that post was put in, I don't know if it was put in by,
That was put in by Hobart S.
right.
So,
there's
yeah,
a
we
post
got,
that was marked it too, right back
So
there.
that's where the line is.
Right.
But you can take a foot or so, because I can't mow right against your thing, but.
Oh, but no, we're fine on the back too, we're way,
Some of them are way over.
This house,
Yeah.
actually, what's funny is that it's a bigger house. This house is actually not going to be as deep. It's actually, we're gonna gain backyard,
Oh, I see.
especially on, behind the pool where the garage is. We're gonna gain, the way our garage is gonna sit, we're actually gonna gain more backyard.
Good.
Are you gonna move it forward?
Now, is
Actually,
there anyone else that wanted to speak in favor? Okay, how about opposed?
Well-
What's your name,
I'm
ma'am?
not really opposed.
Okay,
So
so
I
what,
don't know if you call me middleman or what.
okay, what's
but
your
I have
name
some questions.
Your name.
Janet Connors,
and your
and I
address?
live at 20 Rollins, which is 2 houses up from there.
Janet Corner?
Connors.
Corners. Thank you.
I've been there 54 years, so I must be well registered. I'm not really opposed, but I have questions about it.
Okay.
Now, Debbie, Mrs. Stewart said that, you know, the other house beside of her is added, and it's true. They went up, though. They increased up. You're not gonna increase up, are you?
We're increasing up, out, and, I mean, it's a whole new
Yeah.
house.
It'll be a whole
Yes, I
house.
know, but that's what the difference between the two plots, you know? And if you go up, you only have some, that lot, as you come up the street, it was my understanding years ago, the lots are smaller going down from my house. And so your lot is 2 times away from my house, so it's even smaller. If you're gonna build a bigger house, and you have now a 2-car garage, correct?
We
Yeah.
do now,
Yeah, and a breezeway.
Mhm.
You're gonna extend the breezeway,
no,
We'll have no breezeway anymore.
you're not gonna have any breezeway at
No.
all?
no.
Just
The
the car?
garage is going to be right up against the house.
Attached to the house.
It's basically the same footprint, it's going
It's
to
actually, we
be
don't even have to move our driveway.
closer to
The
the,
garage, we might have to add a foot or 2, but basically our driveway is going to line up with the new garage.
What are your basic concerns?
Well, how close it comes to the other yard, you know? And also, if this is a mother-in-law apartment, that's fine. I think it's wonderful that you're doing for elderly. I'm elderly myself, and, you know, the time could come when I may need one. But is there any way to say that, God forbid, your parents should pass, that doesn't go into a rental? Because I don't wanna see a
Yeah,
rental,
but that's part of the, that's in the approval process.
that they
it's not-
cannot rent.
Yeah, and it doesn't go with the property. If they were to sell a property, that the next owners would have to come back, if they want to utilize that as an accessory dwelling, they'd have to come back and get approval.
And they could not rent if, God forbid, your parents should pass, or whatever. You could not rent,
Legally, they cannot rent.
We wouldn't rent.
That's right.
well, circumstances change.
No, they do, but I've already told my 2 kids I have, and hopefully this one on the way, that I expect one
You'll
of
be
them to
living
buy this house.
Yeah, but your children are young,
But
circumstances
at
change.
the
No,
point
I
of
understand.
transfer,
Yeah.
the
Any
permit
point.
goes away.
It has to be reapproved.
So it has to be
Whole
reapproved
process.
by the next,
Right.
Yeah, we've had a couple of them that have sold the properties to people that had in-laws that were gonna live there, had to come back and get approvals again. And,
For in-laws, you're saying.
that's correct. And that's part of the, if we get to that, we have a whole list of items that has to be met, and one of them is that particular provision. And, so that's not an issue. But, do you have any other issues that you would like to
Not at
discuss?
this time, as long as, you know, because like I said, the lots get smaller and, well, you've already addressed the size of the lots and how much you can build and all that. I don't care, and I don't care whether you have your relatives, your in-laws living there. Hey, I'm elderly too, and I think it's a wonderful thing. I just don't wanna see it become apartments on that
Yeah, you
street.
see, let me just so you know, this is,
It's not,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be approved as a
No.
two-family.
no, under the decision that we have for the application, number 4 states that the accessory in-law apartment shall revert back to single-family residence at the change of ownership, or the primary family members move out of the residential residence. So that's already addressed, that particular issue, so that's been taken care of.
Even if it goes, like she said, to her children.
Yeah, well, then that would be irrelevant.
that'd be a change in ownership.
Yeah, they still
We would still sell it to
We
them.
still have to come back for the board if they wanted to utilize that as an accessory dwelling in the apartment, yeah.
Well, but a change in ownership also means that if you do sign it over from a husband to a wife, or, correct me if I'm wrong, Dan, but even if you decide you're gonna sell it to your child for $1,
Right.
okay, sometimes that happens, right? Even at that point, that's change in ownership, so it has to come back
that's
again,
fine.
all of that, so.
Yeah.
But some people don't think of it that way, they go, oh, well, it's just my
Right,
mother, who
you're
cares?
selling it to somebody,
Right, but you just gotta make sure that if you are doing that, or thinking about that, or even if it goes into a trust or something
How
like
old are your
that.
parents now?
Late 60s.
Yes, they're gonna be there 20,
How old?
25 years, right?
67.
Oh, boy, there you
So they're gonna be there 20 years or so
Spring
right
chickens,
now.
right?
We keep her young, running after the kids.
We probably graduated the same year in high school. Yeah, there's a young lady up back, would you,
I'm just here,
you just here?
listening.
Oh, yeah,
He's
free,
on the farm with
free entertainment.
out sometimes in my hay wagon.
Okay, free entertainment. Is there anyone else that's neither for or against, or anyone else want to speak before we close the public hearing? Okay, well, we'll close the public hearing at 8:04. Now we're gonna talk. Other than the fact that World War III here, but, let's see. Okay. Oh, I see what happened. What happened was they gave you more pieces of paper than you needed.
Right, because there's
Right, I
certain
didn't,
sections
I'm like,
for
I
if
don't
there's
think
a
I need to,
variance,
I'm like, I don't think I
or
need
if
to fill
you're,
this
What
out.
happened
Yeah.
was, we revised these a year or so ago and cut it way back so that'd be a little easier, but see, some of the, you didn't need this one, which is all white, and then this one here.
leave
you
it to
didn't
us.
need.
That's so good.
Yeah, you did, I see now why, okay, all right. Well, the only issue that I see is the fact that this is a little funky, whereas I think Dan's probably right, we'll just, we'll add a condition that this certainly would be subject to obtaining the building permit, to build the structure, which would allow you to have an accessory structure to the structure that you're gonna build. So, does that make sense, Dean? You want- Yeah.
That makes sense to
Yeah, we
me.
really can't give a total approval because it's not attaching to a.
But we won't, if we approve it tonight, they won't have to come back in front
No,
of us.
no. That's
Well,
correct.
it's conditioned, there's a condition on,
The approval.
Yeah, the approval of the second. Now, I don't think this is gonna change, but we do have a new building inspector this
Right.
Monday. I think that's fine. He's top-notch and he's well-versed, so I don't think that's an issue at all. But you may wanna touch bases with him, explain what
Oh, we
happened.
will.
And, do we get any discussion?
I think I'm good.
You're good?
Do you guys have any questions?
Guys, have a question?
I mean, I think they meet all the setback
Yes,
requirements and
no, yeah,
dimensions, so
yeah.
I think they have it in terms of
I do,
compliance.
I do too. I think that probably the only thing is Dan, is we'll do what you, I'll add that on.
If there are any modifications to the building permit that change the ratio, then that changes everything.
Well, if it went smaller, you know, if.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember the
Basically, if
Noah's
the
Ark
plan
kindergarten?
changes.
Yeah.
Remember the Noah's Ark kindergarten? Used to be right there on Rollins Street, yeah.
That was across
He
the
doesn't
street.
remember anything.
Yeah, it
Really?
wasn't the
I
end of
grew
the
up on
street.
Governor's Road.
That was across the
Before my
street.
time. How long was
a
that?
kindergarten. It was a house and then it was a.
I've been there
My
kindergarten.
brother
35.
went there.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe it was before my time.
It was before Agrees has moved in there.
I remember going to the Nowels and playing with the trains, that was about it, but.
I think, I'll make a motion that.
Late
that-
sixties, very early seventies.
I'm gonna make a motion that we approve, the application 2015-3 of Greg and Karen LaBelle, 16 Rollins Street, for accessory in-law apartment, conditional up to the following. The accessory in-law apartment shall be constructed to the submitted footprint only. The accessory in-law apartment shall not exceed the specifications of the submitted plans. Number 2, the accessory in-law apartment shall be no greater than 900 square feet, excluding unfinished basements, workshops, unfinished attics, closets, and garage space. The said accessory in-law apartment cannot be converted into a two-family residence according to Groveland zoning bylaws. The accessory in-law apartment shall revert back to a single-family residence at the change of ownership of primary family members, or the primary family members move out of said residence. 5, all submitted plans will become part of this agreement, and any deviation or changes from said plans will require an additional Groveland Zoning Board of Appeals hearing relative to the proposed changes prior to the commencement of said changes. The accessory in-law apartment shall not change the single-family characteristics of the dwelling except for the provision of additional access or egress. The accessory in-law apartment shall meet all Massachusetts building codes and comply with current safety, health, and construction requirements before occupancy and at every change of occupancy. 8, the applicant shall meet all local zoning bylaws. 9, the applicant shall meet all local bylaws and others. Number 10, the applicant shall meet all Groveland Board of Health rules and regulations. And what that's referring to the septic system.
Yep.
Okay. The applicant, at number 11, the applicant shall meet all local zoning setbacks. Number 12, no street parking will be allowed. All residents will park off-street on existing driveway or on the proposed expansion of the existing driveway. The owner applicant shall occupy one of the dwelling units on said premises at all times. The applicant shall allow the zoning board of appeals to conduct an annual site inspection to verify compliance with special permit conditions. The Groveland zoning board of appeals reserves the right to retain services of the Groveland building inspector during such annual site inspection. Upon the change of ownership, said property, this special permit for accessory in-law apartment, the certificate of occupancy of said accessory apartment shall become null and void. This special permit is subject to recall if any complaints are made by abutters. The special permit is non-assignable. Now, I'm gonna add a number 16A, which is gonna be that this special permit is subject to applicant obtaining a building permit to construct new single-family dwelling. Okay, that'll be 16A. And 17 is that the decision, and notice of decision, shall be filed and recorded in the Essex Southern District Registry of Deeds, and a receipt of such transaction delivered to the building inspector prior to the issuance of a building permit for the construction of an accessory in-law apartment according to said decision. If the rights authorized to the applicant, the property owners by said special permit are not exercised within 2 years from the date of granting of special permit, filing date with the town clerk and the board's decision, then such special permit rights shall be null and void unless a substantial use thereof has commenced except for good cause. Or if the case of the permit construction, if the construction has not yet begun by such date except for good cause. And number 19 is the town clerk shall certify on the copy of the filed decision that 20 days have elapsed since the filing and no appeal has been filed, or that if such appeal has been filed that has been dismissed or denied, a duplicate copy of said document shall be mailed to the applicant or the owner. I'm gonna have Julie explain it. Sounds, this is just, we need to read this, but Julie can tell you the exact process.
You'll be receiving your decision in the mail, a copy of your decision in the mail within 14 days. I need to file it within 14 days, and then I believe there's a 20-day appeal period with the town clerk in case somebody wants to, has something to say about it. After the 20-day period, 20-day appeal period, you need to go to the town clerk and pick up the original decision with all the paperwork with it. You need to bring it down to the registry of deeds and have it stamped, book stamped and all that, and then you need to return it back to
Okay.
the town clerk.
Okay,
And I will be sending you directions along with the copy.
okay, great.
Okay, so I made the motion, we need a second.
Second?
Second by Mark. Any discussion? Hearing none, all's in favor?
Aye.
4-0. Okay, so you're all set. It's not a little convoluted, but it's not that difficult. Julie will get the paperwork down to the town clerk, and then in 20 days, if no one appeals, you pick it up, go and have filed. But it's gonna be subject to obtaining a building permit.
Right.
so-
Okay.
So does that mean then if we are okay to go see the building inspector and start
Yes.
that process
I would-
while we
I-
wait
yeah,
for the
you're all
appeal?
set
and
to do
everything?
that.
Okay.
Good, okay.
Yeah.
You just can't do anything for
Right, we
20
wouldn't be
days.
able to do, and we wouldn't be
It's
able
gonna
to.
be a lot.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be
I
months
think
to get this house
Yeah,
ordered.
This has been going
I'd see
on.
the building inspector, 'cause
You'll
I-
be getting a copy of your decision.
yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
yeah. I think that,
But you have 2 years to start.
yeah.
It's construction, you gotta
And then
do
it
something in
becomes
2
null
years,
and void.
otherwise you gotta come back.
We're close to 2 years and we're starting.
Okay.
I don't
Well-
think I,
All right, well, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck with
Good
that
luck.
new one.
thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Okay, we're gonna do,
You
some,
wanna do invoices
yeah,
and
we're
stuff?
gonna,
and
yeah,
do
we're gonna
the
do some
minutes
invoices
and
first before we go,
whatnot?
yeah. What have we got? We got invoices here?
Just out of my own curiosity, you're having another baby.
Yeah, 5 weeks.
All right, so, let's see.
What are you doing?
We're not, we're not sure. That's
Oh, my God. Good girl. You know what?
My parents are gonna.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Okay, I'm gonna read, there's one, we've got one here I'm gonna abstain because it's actually mine. We went to Lawrence Superior Court, and it's a fee of $11 for parking, and I didn't realize what mileage, so it's a $24.37.
Who went?
It was Julie and I and the town clerk. We'll pass that down, and I'd be abstaining on that one, but here's one here that for Julie Howes, the administrative assistant for services of $270.88. And so, that one I can
Can we
participate.
vote on it without a fourth?
Well, here,
Yes, well, yeah, I think you can vote.
Rule of necessity?
Yeah, rule of necessity, exactly. So, this is this one here. And then I'm gonna just, then we get the minutes of,
What I'll do, sign it?
yep, sign it, please.
Anywhere, I guess? Yeah.
Well, employees.
I forgot to sign that one actually, but I'll trade you.
Okay.
You can look at that.
Sign these two?
Oh, yep. Dan, did you sign this?
I signed the $24 one.
Okay, so, we'll need to have a motion and second and then.
I make a motion to approve invoice for Tom Wakefield to reimburse for parking at Lawrence Superior Court for $24.37.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
All right.
And I abstained. Thank you. And then the other invoice is right here. You
The only thing is, Mr. Wakefield, I believe you need to sign that somewhere.
got- Really?
Do you?
What, the department head?
employee.
I don't know.
A department head.
I don't know if he can sign that.
I don't know. What you
Well,
say?
as you personally submitting it, I guess is what I'm saying.
Okay,
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Doesn't benefit you, it's an empty sum,
Yeah.
empty sum. Puts you back to zero.
I'll make a motion to approve the 270-88 for Julie.
Second.
Second.
Seconded. All's in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, okay. And then the only thing we got left is the.
Tom, it's
The
under
minutes.
50 bucks too, so you're okay.
Yeah,
It's
thank
under
you.
50.
I can do it.
You can down on that.
In the minutes, we got the minutes on the minutes of,
Per year.
For a year?
Per year.
June 3rd. Yeah, that was pretty minor, there wasn't much there.
Mark wasn't here for that one.
Yesterday afternoon, the humidity was so bad.
Yes, because he asked a question, I just read
Holy
that.
moly, and then we had came down rain and the power went off for a split second and everything went haywire for about 20 minutes.
I came back because my cats were out.
Oh, it was awful, it's like, yeah, it's like, it was like.
We only got a quarter of an inch.
Did it really? But
Yeah.
it came down, a quarter inch in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, we came down quick.
Cats were hiding.
Yeah.
Dog was under the desk.
Yeah, they know where to hide. Yeah, mine went under the bed. So, do you guys sign this? No.
The minutes.
This is the minutes, it's pretty, you can read it real quick, there's not much there. So Charlie, we're gonna vote on this one thing, and then we're gonna go in executive session, and we won't be re-meeting. We won't open it up after that, so it should be, we should be out of here in time for the ball game, at least the last couple innings. We have to say why? We will. I will. I'm gonna read this.
What about the minutes? Also,
Yeah, we're gonna do.
Dan's reviewing them
We're gonna
right
have a
now.
motion right now.
Right.
We're gonna get a motion right now to approve it by Dan McDonald. He's the last guy on there.
I'm sorry?
We're gonna have a motion to approve it, since you're the last guys. Yeah, you got it, you're gonna make the
Approve the
motion.
minutes.
Approve the minutes.
I make a motion to accept the minutes of June 3rd,
Okay,
2015.
Second.
Second, Kathy, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now, we're gonna
Can
go.
we pass that down,
Yeah, we're
please?
gonna come right back. We're gonna go in executive session, so Mark, I guess we'll see you at the next meeting.
Yes, I have to recuse myself on that one.
Thank you, but,
All right.
thank you for coming.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
And,
Okay, we'll see you the next one.
yes, we.
I thought we'd have a lot more, stuff going on, because we missed, that last month, but there wasn't really much.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It might be
Everybody
coming.
goes away.
We need more customers, you gotta flag
Yeah,
them
but-
down.
Now, when word gets out that we lowered the fees, it'll be loaded in here.
Yeah.
They'll be coming right in the Grove, so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, listen, thank you very much.
All right,
and,
see you guys
enjoy
later.
the rest of
Thanks for
your
your
summer.
service to the town and country.
You're very
Yeah.
welcome,
Thank you.
sir.
And then we
Appreciate it.
found out you grew up over in the same area, so there you go.
Yeah, I was Governor's Road,
Yeah.
and of course, I knew the LaBelles, but,
You do?
yeah. Yeah, they've been there forever.
Wow.
We all have.
Yeah.
That- My mother was a Granville,
We're not
and my
all-
grandfather had a
No.
lot for sale.
We're not as old as you.
Yeah, and my grandparents had a lot for sale, 3 acres for $1,000 in 1962, and nobody wanted it, so they gave it to my parents.
Wow, that will work. Okay, so we're gonna go in executive session
Could've sold it to the town for $3 million.
to discuss strategy with respect to litigation at 94, no, this is 441. This is 441 Main Street, under General Law 30A, 21A3, to discuss strategy with respect to litigation, and votes may be taken. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Charlie, we're all set. Thank you.